So once you'd finished your edit, you'd fine-tuned it, you'd made it sound good, perhaps you'd added some effects, you'd gone through all the processes, it's time to output. Now outputting in Final Cut Pro X is really simple. Okay, the way I tend to do it, well, there's two ways. You can either work with the project that's in front of you, or if you've got more than one project, then go to the actual area where all of your projects are displayed and highlight the project you want to output. In this case, I've only got one project, so it really makes no difference. Okay, so from inside the project, just choose the Share menu and choose Export Media. Now you'll see you've got a bunch of other possibilities. If you want to make a DVD or output to a Blu-ray, you can. If you want to upload to YouTube or Facebook, Vimeo, all those things are possible. But the most important command for the professional editor is to be able to output that master file. Okay, so it's as simple as choosing Export Media, and I tend to work with the current settings because I'm quite careful when I set up my project from the onset that I know that it's going to be the codec that I want to output when I get to the end. Work in Final Cut Pro X, very often that's going to be ProRes because Final Cut X will edit native in ProRes, or if you're like me and you choose to work with your original media, I happen to work with a lot of XDCAM EX footage. So if you choose current settings and you've been editing XDCAM EX, which is what I work with, then the output codec will be XDCAM EX. But put simply, if you choose current settings, the format that you're editing in the timeline is a format that will be output. Okay, so choose current settings. If you want to define another setting, you can choose Apple ProRes HQ, Standard, LT, Proxy. You can choose Uncompressed, DVC Pro HD, XDCAM EX. You've got a lot of choices there. Okay, so either choose current settings or choose the codec of your choice, say next, and then define where you want it to be stored. You can save to the desktop, you can choose a hard drive. In this case, I'll choose a hard drive called Footage Library. It's called Editing Demo. Choose Save, and then the process will be underway. And save it to hard drive. And once you've got your master file, you now have that master, and you can either give that to the client, you can use it to encode from, you can obviously use it for archiving. That's a very important reason to create a master file. And that represents the culmination of all your work in Final Cut Pro X, from when you initially set up your preferences, to when you organized your media, to when you did the editing, the audio work, effects which you may have added, and output is the final stage. There's a lot more information in my book, The Easy Guide to Final Cut Pro X. So between the videos and the book, I hope I've given you enough information that you can hammer down, get sorted, and basically do what you need to do in terms of editing. The editor Final Cut Pro X is good. It's up to you to just learn the core functionality.